Can you smell? Whoa. I'm gonna bring that back. Can you smell what the flock is cooking, baby? Today we cooking up Friday Fly Days. You already know. We got what else we cooking up? We cooking up some Dillard destination. Actually, one in particular because I'm definitely not sitting there. We cooking up possibly even Fantasy Fridays. And then we also got, we're gonna cook up, what else we gonna cook up? We're gonna cook up another segment of OT and Outside the Nest. This one about the Cowboys. Boo! But anyway, before we get into all that, let's keep the maniac thing the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe if you about that fly Eagles fly, and drop a comment in the box if you flying with the flock. Let's fly. Ho! 2 in a row. Let's go. What do we got? We probably going to, you know what? We're going to jump off with a little bit of Outside the Nest. Outside the Nest. And basically what I do in this segment is break down one of our rivals and how they may have a chance at unseating us. Well, we're not really seated there right now, but how they may have a chance of keeping us from acquiring an NFC East title. And today, the first week we went with the dumb man. This is the second week we went with the wee men. And today, going to drop down on them bow boys. Because all they do is bow to us. Maybe not last year, but we ain't talking about that. They just suck. But anyway, here's my assessment of how they might. I mean, the past few days, looking at what they've been going through, I really can't. But and we'll come on, probably in the lead as usual. Here's what's going down. So, in the event that they do show some semblance of a team out there, the ways that I think that they can stop us from getting an NFC's title. Number one, Dak Prescott stars ascending. No pun intended. Yuck. That didn't even feel right. But Dak Prescott just seems to be getting better every year. At least I know this from fantasy, but we'll get into that also later. In fantasy, you just see him going up. I mean, one year I picked him up in fantasy. We'll get into it right now. Who cares? Picked him up in fantasy, and it was like the perfect combination of what me as an Eagles fan would want from Dak Prescott. His numbers were through the roof, and they just kept losing. What could be better? But if he keeps sharpening his skills and keeps getting better, and he proves that he can carry a team to a title and win the big games by himself, could be crazy. Not just that, CeeDee Lamb is pretty much on the same trajectory. He's just getting better every second also. They got those two guys. You mix that up with they just surround that with the Zeke offense, not to mention Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz, I believe his name is. The tight end. He's coming to his own also. You mix that all up together, they could, even though they lost a few people, they could be maybe not a high-powered offense. Maybe what they did by losing Amari Cooper was addition by subtraction, and this becomes a more concise, more focused offense. And not to mention what they have going on the defensive side with the likes of Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. They just picked up Fowler and Barr. So they've got a little bit of firepower over there on the offensive side. So, with those guys coming into their own and really locking in and owning their skills, they might pose a reputable threat to the Eagles this year and keep us from an NFC's title. But no, I mean, this isn't just going to happen. But those are the ways that it could possibly happen. And this week, we're going to flip it around because normally I just say how they might do it. But these are the bow boys. We got to keep them down, low, bowing. The cow bums. And I'm going to flip it and say these are the ways in which I know they will not threaten us for an NFC's title. Number one, because the curse of Jerry Jones or Jimmy Johnson, whichever one you want to call it, the Jimmy Jones, the Johnson Jerry, the Jerry Johnson, the Johnson Jerry, whatever you want to call it, it still exists. They haven't won anything since they got rid of Jimmy Johnson. You might say, oh, they won with Barry Switzer. No, that was still Jimmy Johnson's team for all intents and purposes. Get the flock out of here with whatever you're talking about if you're riding with that. So you got that going. Not just that. I mean, Dude, I mean, they lost their best edge in Randy. They lost their best wide receiver in Cooper. They lost their best lineman, not linemen, MAN linemen, Connor Williams, and now with Tyron Smith going down, that offensive line is decimated. You got a kid coming in, rookie, who not just like the team that drafted him, led the league in penalties last year. I believe he led college in penalties last year. He was playing against second-tier players. Like, no. I just can't see this team doing it. Not to mention, I mean, once again, Jerry Jones just sticking his hand in places it shouldn't be. You're an owner, bro. You're an owner. Like, just relax. I mean, he's too much in the mix. He's grabbing Gallup, taking him, saying, they were supposed to put him onto the PUP list. They take him. He says, no, we're not putting him on the PUP list, which would have only been 4 games. But this man is so desperate. He sees the days flying by. Says best days are behind him. He's on the back nine. I mean, I hate to joke about anybody about to croak, but this frog, bro, he needs to float and stop hopping all over the place. Just chill on the lazy river, man. Relax. Let your GMs do GM things, bro. I mean, by all means, matter of fact, you know what? Do what you want to do. I hope he finds some Westworld-ish going on and he lives forever, because as long as he's around, the Cowboys ain't doing nothing, and I love it. So that's how I don't think it would happen. And that's just been another segment of your favorite and my favorite segment on the Eagle Maniac Cast, outside the nest. But now let's get back inside the nest and get into what's going on in our universe, in the Eagleverse. We got, everyone's talking this. We're going to get right into it. What a great transition. I could have segued better. Damn it, man. Dropped the ball on that one. But then we're going to pick it back up, because as much as they are decimated, as much as the Cowboys are decimated as far as offensive lineman goes, I see the buzz around the Eagleverse is that let's trade Andre Dillard. Nah, bro, are you out of your damn minds? I get it. I heard Bob Brooks say today, if you offer him enough, it's worth taking. Let's not go crazy about Andre Dillard going to the Cowboys, because then you'll have Sweaty and the likes of Hassan Reddick heating this ball down. I mean, BG, whatever. But the problem is, I get where Barrett's coming from, but just like I believe it was Rob Ellis stating that, this man, not just Rob Ellis, D Gunn was saying it also, like, this man could walk into the Cowboys establishment with all of our secrets. I mean, who wants that? Not I for one. Pretty sure not the flock for 2. Not anyone in Eagles universe for 3 for sure. For damn for certain. No, not having that. So and then they're also talking about the wee men possibly, because they are decimated on the O-line also, and they're just teams all over the league. The one place that I don't hear anyone speaking of, and I believe quite possibly the best place to send them, would be to the Jets. It's in the AFC, far from us. And furthermore, I like the Jets, but we're not, I especially like the Jets because they've never beaten us. But it's highly doubtful that we will see them down the line, when we get to, nope, not going to say the SB word. Nope, not going to do it. But, it's very unlikely that we will see them later down the road to have to go against him. Anything that he can hold against us. Furthermore, good relationships, I believe would be a good relationship that has been, rather, between Hal E. busting the stupid dope moves, because this will be a stupid dope move. You know what I mean? No more maxing and cooling, Howie. But nah, I kind of like Dillard where he's at, so you could cool out on this one. But the relationship that Joe Douglas and Howie Roseman have, might get a nice, sweet deal over there. Perhaps Joe Douglas sees the writing on the wall and he says, you know what? Let me hook up my old squad, because I'll probably get back in that front office after I get out of here. Yeah, this Radiator MetLife Stadium. That would be dope, But I just think that would be a great destination. They have the capital, So, let's do it. It'll probably be, if it were to be for a 2, it would be a high 2, because once again, like I said, I believe the Jets have a better team than they did last year, but as far as the wins total, I just can't see it. The first half of their schedule is just treacherous. Like there's no letting up for those dudes over there. So whatever. That's my Dillard destination idea. And what else we got? We got Fantasy Fridays. Let me know down in the comments if you want to go on talking about fantasy over here in the Eagles Nest and the Eagle Maniac universe and all of that. Let me in the flock, rather. Yeah. Let me know if y'all want to get into a little fantasy talk. But a little quick jab and some fantasy stuff is a few weeks ago, did a mock draft, right? In this mock draft, I had Jalen Hurts. Basically, I had the whole damn squad, but let me break it down to you. I had Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, of course, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Kenneth Gainwell is the second running back, Kez Watkins in the flex position, Eagles defense, and Jake Elliott as the kicker. Boom, I had a backup. Y'all gonna laugh at me on this, but this is around the time when after I got the guys that I wanted, I was like, cool, we out of here. I had Daniel Jones as the backup, had Miami defense as the backup defense. It wasn't a bad squad. You know what? Yeah, how could I forget? Dallas got it to his tight end. As a backup tight end, I had Tyler Higbee. Like I said, Daniel Jones, Daniel Jobs as the backup quarterback. But Robert Woods is a backup wide receiver. James Robinson is another as my only backup running back. Hunter Renfrow is another backup wide receiver. So I thought I put together a dope squad. What does Yahoo do? They give me a big fat F. Not a fuck F, not a P, big fat F. Man, I was tight because I thought I put together a real dope squad. I think I got one of my leagues. It's not for as much cash as the other ones. I might drop this team on that league because it's a point per touch. Could you imagine Jalen Hurts? What? But nah, it's a double quarterback league. Whatever the case may be. Like I said, if you guys want to get into some fantasy talk, drop down in the comments. Let me know what's up. We can get busy with this on Fridays. Whatever y'all want to do, man. It's whatever. No. And if y'all don't say nothing, that means I'm going to keep going with this. So, yeah, man. Got a few drafts coming up. Dealing with some wild commissioners out there, bro. The commissioners this year is losing their damn mind. I thought I was a hard-pressed commissioner. I'm a commissioner in 2 leagues. And I thought I was one of my people. Like, dude, I got kicked out of 2 leagues this week because I was at work. Like, spoke to him in the morning, go to work, I'm doing my thing, come back. You ain't getting in touch with me, bro. Simpson, Sullivan. Got me a little tight, but the Eagle Maniac keeps us cool. Duh. So we got that going on. Fantasy Fridays tomorrow, big day against Miami. I don't know, man. I hope, being the fact that we didn't get that second day in with them as in the joint practices, that they played the man Jalen Hurts for at least a quarter, get our starters out there, get them some burn. But then, once again, like I said, on the other end, so mushy middle, man. Like, dude, you see all of these players just dropping like flies around the league. What do you think it is? Drop it in the comments, bro. I don't know. I said earlier when I first started this that, I thought it was a specialization of sports athletes, being the fact that you don't see too many kids coming up nowadays playing 3 sports. They play that one sport, they stay the course for damn near their whole life. You know what I mean? So they're not moving and shaking, getting all limber and all of that. I don't know what's going on. But if you know, let me know. It's nutty. This is crazy. Like, people, like I said, dropping like flies all around the league. So to that end, I'm like, maybe we should, keep our dudes in those big bubble heads that they all rocking now or something. I don't know. Wrap their whole bodies. I heard somebody say that about Miles Sanders. They need to just put him in a full body helmet, like those bubble helmets they got. I don't know, man. If you know anything, let me know. But until next, so we want that tomorrow. Because it ain't no next time. Tomorrow's the game, bro. I'm going to try and link up with y'all, show y'all a day in the life of the pregame, you know what I mean? How the Maniac gets down pregame styles. Crazy, put on my playlist. Let's get busy, y'all. I ain't never done a live, man. I wonder how you do that. Anybody down with a live, drop it down in the comments. Let me know if y'all know what's up. Or if you think the Eagle Maniac should get crazy tomorrow before the game, pregame style. Like, I don't know. So you got that going on. Do we sit him? And then, we could just see what goes on with the second and third stringers, see who really makes this squad, man. I'm looking forward to seeing Britton Covey return some punts, some kicks or whatever. Maybe Jalen Reagor showing out, having a breakout game, Maybe Devin Allen going deep again, saying, yo, I'm trying to stick around. I don't know. Or Deion Kane going off again. I wouldn't mind watching that guy again, for real. Maybe get some Carson Strong out there, like, dude, what are you at? One pass? I still haven't even looked up what number he's wearing yet. You got that going on. Sit boss, big on the punters and kickers. Jake Elliott's all right. I mean, what are you really looking forward to seeing tomorrow? See what happens? No, most importantly, dude, it's my man Davion Taylor redeeming himself because, just the word around the Eagles versus get rid of Davion Taylor everywhere I look. Oh, he had a horrible preseason game, man. And like I told y'all last year, same thing in Oakland. Then he comes back with a vengeance, shuts the Broncos down. Then he basically turned our season around, turned our defensive season around, in my opinion. But then he got hurt. So it's really TJ Edwards. But Davion Taylor, I believe, had a big hand in that. But we have so many linebackers now. Just looking forward, y'all, as you see it starting. It's spinning. The wheels are spinning. It's getting crazy. But like we always say around this time, at this time, we got questions for you, NFL. Got questions for you, NFC. But most importantly, we got questions for you, NFC East. A lot of questions, bro. Whoa, what's going on with y'all, man? It's nuts. We're trying to hold this down. But what you gonna do when Eagle Mania runs wild on you? Give some Eagles eyebrow.